Hello again. Now, the African National Congress has expelled its former Secretary General, Ace Magashule, from the party. Magashule had been asked to stand aside back in May 2021 after corruption allegations were leveled against him. He was subjected to a disciplinary hearing and found guilty of contravening several rules of the ANC constitution. Political analyst Levy Ndou is joining us now to discuss the implication. Levy, good afternoon. Thank you very much for your time. I don't know if you've seen the ANC statement that was issued a short while ago this afternoon, but very, very scant on details, but just saying there was a number of rules in terms of the constitution of the ANC that Mr. Magashule had broken, and he had been found guilty, and he was given 1 week in which to make representations, and he did not do so. And hence today they're expelling him from the ANC. Was this a surprise for you?
Good afternoon, Dan. Good afternoon to the listeners at home. Well, this did not come as a surprise to me because I had to look at the gravity and the offense that is being leveled against the Secretary General. He has actually taken it upon himself to suspend the president of the party. And it was clearly explained that that was unconstitutional. That is something that should not have happened. My view is that the Secretary General is a person who is supposed to be the one who understands the Constitution very well, who must defend the Constitution and actually lead by example. And unfortunately, this was not the case with Mr. Magashule. At the same time, Mr. Magashule has been given an opportunity to make representations so that a decision has to be taken based on what he might put on the table. And unfortunately, that has not been the case as well. And when you have the party like the ANC, that has always been talking about ill discipline amongst members of the party, talking about rebuilding and unity in the party and discipline in general, one would actually expected this decision to be taken.
No, not surprising at all. I mean, judging by the seriousness of the charges he had faced and his lack of representations, I guess the ANC constitution has given the disciplinary committee those powers. Now, I mean, Ace Magashule was very much in the foreground of the ANC when he was Secretary General and all kinds of issues with him. And now we know he's facing criminal charges related to alleged fraud in that asbestos case, the asbestos fraud case in the Free State. So now he's out of the ANC. I don't know what recourse he may have within the party, but once expelled, we've seen the likes of Julius Malema, Floyd Shivambu in the past being expelled, and that was it. They went on to form their own formation, the Economic Freedom Fighters. Should we expect Ace Magashule to just disappear quietly and focus on other stuff, or do you think he might want to make some political comeback of some sorts in a different organization?
There are many possibilities at his disposal. Mr. Magashule has been in politics for the greater portion of his life. And there is a saying that says that politicians do not necessarily retire from politics. So he has got a lot of options at his disposal. He might take the matter further with the ANC or even taking it to court. He might also form his own political party, or he might also join other political parties that are available. And I think there could be some already who might have made an invitation for him to join their parties. Yeah. So he has got a lot of options at his disposal. Yeah. What we just have to wait for would be an announcement from Magashule on his next move.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we can speculate as much as we want. We'll have to wait and hear what the man himself will say. Now, but from an ANC perspective, you've mentioned issues of that ANC has been very strong recently about stamping out ill discipline. Is that the main message coming out of here, that it doesn't matter who you are a member of the ANC, no matter what position you hold, if you violate or contravene the ANC's code of conduct in terms of its own constitution, you will face disciplinary processes and you might be expelled.
Well, then this is a game of rules. And when you join a political party, they give you the constitution, there is a code of conduct, and members of the political parties are treated equally. My expectation is that the ANC should be very consistent when it's disciplining its members, and they should always do their work by the book. And I think the message is clear out there now that the ANC is making sure that it does not tolerate ill discipline, and actions are actually going to be taken. And one of those is that of the expulsion of Mr. Magashule. And that is also, in my view, in response to what the delegates at the National Conference were saying, that the leadership should not be lenient on ill discipline, and they must also finalize all the pending cases related to ill discipline within the party.
Thank you very much, Dr. Levy Ndou, analyst, just giving us some initial reaction to the news that just broke a short while ago, the expulsion of the former Secretary General of the ANC, Magashule, from the governing party.